my dream whip and care if I sit in it?
That's fine, bro. Just don't piss on my shit.
Yo, what the fuck is up, Snapchat? I just got this brand new Lamborghini Revolto. Just made my first mill. Tap into the Discord, join my course, and you can make your first mill too. Let's go, guys.
That's G. What does LARP mean? You guys keep commenting it on all my stuff. Stop commenting LARP. Stop it. I don't know what it means. I just need one person to tell me. Just one person. What does it mean?
All right, so I'm not the only one. He's a LARPer, apparently, though. I didn't know what it was. He don't know what it is. They all in this comment saying he a LARPer. I guess it mean capping, right? Like lying.
This is the #1 way to LARP. Step 1, go to a car dealership. Step 2, make sure it's Lamborghini, Porsche, Rolls Royce, Bentley, right? Step 3, start LARPing. As you can see, we have all these Rolls Royce Cullens right here. We have Bentleys over here, more Rolls Royces over there. And all I have to do is, what's going on, guys? Today we're gonna go car shopping. See, we're LARPing. That's how you LARP right there. Just walk around, flex your watch, and take pictures of the cars and take videos and pretend that you're buying something when you're really not. You're just getting on water.
You know, I'm starting to realize I spend a lot of time at gas stations just LARPing. It's the same script on repeat. Being a professional LARPer is not easy. It's gas stations, it's doing this, it's bouncing on Maybachs. Sometimes my back hurts, sometimes my wrist hurts from all this ice. And it actually gets to a point like LARPing is harder than a 9 to 5.
He just LARPed on the video. Dude right here is the ultimate LARP. This is what you call LARP maxing.
Yo, I can't be the only one that does this, but one of my all-time favorite hobbies is when I'm out in public and I'm near a girl or a group of girls walking, sitting down eating, I call one of my boys up on FaceTime and I just start talking the most egregious business numbers that do not exist that anybody could ever imagine, right? Like I'll call my boy up on the phone and be like, yo, buyer finally just came through, you know, they put in an offer, we're gonna net $3 million profit on our flip. And I'll be like, yeah, you know, I really wanted to net 3.25 after closing costs and commissions, but you know, I can't complain, right? Win's a win. We just gotta take it, move on to the next deal. And the best part is when they immediately just hop on game with you and start going along with the calls. It's on FaceTime and it's on speaker. That's by far one of my favorite things in the world to do. I do it every single time I'm at a restaurant eating lunch or just walking somewhere. It's literally the most amazing hobby you can imagine. And then you just watch the girl, they just start like peeking at you the entire time, looking at you, or they'll start talking about you with their friends, but then you pay them zero attention whatsoever, and you just keep walking. So the entire rest of the day, you know they're thinking about this young ass kid that was on the phone and apparently making $3 million. It's one of the most fun things that you could ever do. I highly recommend it.
Him calling it a hobby is wild. Now, I know y'all probably saw those resellers online, flexing money, all the products they selling, you know, flexing crazy numbers. Sometimes it's real, sometimes it's not. Once again, they trying to get you to pay for either their plugs, most times it's pay for their plugs, or the sauce, the methods on how to do it, all right? LARPing will make you thousands as a reseller. This is what he's saying. Y'all got to listen to go kind of fast. Y'all know how they do it. They speed it up, but don't fall for it, basically. That's the point of this video right here.
This one thing will make you extra tens of thousands of dollars as a reseller, and that's simply flexing. Pull money out, flex your orders, flex your car, flex your lifestyle. People want to see what it's like to be the top of the line reseller, but there's an issue with you. You ain't got no money, you ain't got no orders, you ain't got no sales. But that's where faking it till you make it comes in. So here's how to fake it until you make it as a reseller. Step 1, fake your orders. If you guys want to look like you ship out orders every single day, go to Walmart, buy those boxes that are 98 cents, make some fake labels, and act like you're shipping out orders every single day. Step 2, fake your meets. Get every single one of your homeboys to fake meetups with you so you can go viral and act like you do meetups. Now onto the cash. This is very simple. If you got no money and you want to flex money, get prop money. Ain't afraid to say it. Back in the day when I first started, I was using prop. Because I made my first 10K, I threw that shit away. I'm just telling you guys, if you want to look legit as resellers, fake the lifestyle. People won't trust you unless you start showing your orders, cars, product, or money.
Did you hear him? He made his first 10,000 off using prop money, making it look like he had money off of reselling. The whole time, he don't even know how to do it himself, but he's selling it to other people. He's selling people the game on how to resell or selling his plugs, whatever he's selling.
90% of the time someone tells you they're allergic to gluten, they're straight bullshitting. I used to work in a health food store where I'd make hot sandwiches, and all the time people would come to the counter and start saying, can I get a turkey sandwich gluten-free? I have celiac disease. If I eat gluten, I can go to the hospital. And I'd be like, okay, I can do that for you, but it's probably gonna take me an extra 10 minutes because I need to sanitize everything, the grill, the cutting boards. And they go, 10 minutes? I guess a little cross-contamination is fine. We also had a self-serve deli, and there was this lady who came into the register and started talking about how good our food is, and she started going like, this is the only place with good gluten-free foods that don't make me feel bloated. She said she'd been eating that every day, and then I glanced at her plate, and I'm like, oh, the mac and cheese has gluten, just so you know. And she's like, what? And I was like, actually, everything on your plate has gluten. And she's like, what? No, it doesn't. It doesn't have the gluten warning. The labels for the food had like a wheat with an X over it because it meant gluten-free. There's no wheat, there's no gluten. But people saw that and thought it meant, don't eat this, it has gluten on it. This happened multiple times. Multiple times, people were only eating the shit with gluten in it and then praising how good our gluten-free food is and how it makes them feel healthier. And what drove me insane is they looked at like the carrots and were like, oh, the carrots have gluten. And then they looked at the mac and cheese and went, oh, it's gluten free. You don't even know what gluten is. And now these people are dumbasses, but there's a little bit of validity to their feelings because placebo effects are insanely powerful. They see a Facebook post telling them about gluten, and now every time they eat something or they think they ate gluten, they genuinely feel physically sick. Like you can get literally sick, like puking purely from placebo effects. And then if they think they're not eating gluten, they're perfectly fine because they are having like physical allergic reactions, but it's purely in their head. It's not to gluten, it's to misinformation. And the good thing about these dumbasses is ever since gluten-free became a trend like 10 or 15 years ago, it's way easier for people with actual celiac disease. Like you go into the store and everything's labeled if it's gluten-free or not. It's got to be sick because 10 or 15 years ago, no one even knew what the fuck gluten was. And then what's funny about this video is there's going to be people who are LARPing having a gluten allergy fully agreeing with me that these other phonies are stupid when I'm talking to them. I'm talking to you right there.
Y'all are using the word LARP wrong. It means live action role play. Instead of calling someone a LARPer because they're being performative, call them a poser.
Right.
We already have a word for this.
Right. Poser, capper, booster. We used to say that. You boosting, pump faking. Ooh, I'm getting y'all with some of these. I'm showing my age. Some of y'all like, what do you know about them words? You know, that was way before capping and larping. We had pump faking, boosting, flexing. Flexing took a turn. Flexing meant you was lying. Then they turned flexing into, you know, you showing off. Phony. The good old classic phony. You was a phony. Fraud. Fluke. You know? She right, though. There's various other words, but I guess everybody want the new cool words. So, you know, we take words and we change them. We give them a different meaning than what they actually mean.
LARP this, LARP that. What is LARPing? Originally known as live action role playing, where Renaissance and fantasy fans act as their personas. Now to describe someone that's pretending to be someone or something they aren't.
This your shit?
That's a clip right there.
They're calling you a fraud. They're calling you a poser. Calling you performative. 3 words in 2026 you don't want to be called. Flexing on the ground, LARP. Sipping matcha and selfish denim. Listening to Clara, LARP. And care about women's rights. Being called a LARP is basically like being called an NPC in 2025. LARP this, LARP that.
All right, so being called a LARP is basically like being called an NPC. Oh, dude that said, why are y'all saying LARP all in my comment section? What does it mean? They calling buddy an NPC. Ah, man. Let me know what y'all think about this LARPing epidemic. It's getting real. I know you've seen it. Now I got an understanding of what it is. It's basically all of the online gurus, all of the people selling products. It's very rare that you find somebody genuine. It's crazy. You got the genuine people out there, but the ones that's just lifestyle, those are LARPs, clearly. Most times, they really ain't got it like that, but they end up getting it off of faking a lifestyle. The first one to do that was the dude from YouTube. The dude was dude that was on the YouTube ads. Here I'm in the garage showing my Lamborghini. Here I'm in the garage.
Here in my garage, just bought this new Lamborghini here.
Ty Lopez. That was him.